Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're making a pulled leg of lamb and we're going to answer the question, is it better than pulled pork? So now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today. Now obviously we need a leg of lamb and this is roughly 3.5 kgs. We need a couple of cups of water, we need an onion, we need some fresh rosemary, we need some Italian spices. You can also just use oregano, whatever you have. We need some garlic, we need some salt, we need some pepper, we need some olive oil, you need some corn flour or cornstarch, you need a little bit of veggie stock, you need a baguette, as well as a little bit of salad. Now today is a fairly simple cook, so what you want to do is now this leg of lamb still has the bone in it, and we're going to leave that in simply because we can. But what you want to do is you want to take off the skin and any fat and anything that you have on top here. So, without further ado, try not to cut too much into the meat, but try to take that off because obviously that will not render down and it will prevent the marinade from sticking onto the meat. All trimmed, so let's take care of our marinade that we're making. So what I've already done is I've taken a couple of cloves of garlic, I've already peeled them, and we're just going to chop them up and everything will go into a little pan just like that. So just chop it up. You don't have to go overly fine on it, but obviously you want it to mix nicely with the rest of the ingredients. Now with the onion, it's even simpler. You don't even have to bother peeling it. You can obviously, but you don't have to, simply because we just want the flavor. So what we're going to do with the onion is we're just going to cut it in like 6 or 8 large chunks, and then the meat will simply sit on it and marinate itself and obviously the onion. So you take your onion, cut it in half, cut it into a quarter. Well, you can take off obviously that piece of skin and then just like that and you're good to go. And then with the rosemary, obviously you need it quite a bit, and then you just take those individual branches and you just take off the rosemary leaves, so to speak, and let me tell you guys, the smell is already absolutely phenomenal. So all you need to then do is you just chop them up a little bit, make sure that they're not too coarse and not too fine, just like that. And then we're already ready to put them in with the garlic. Just like that. We need about a tablespoon of dried herbs, and I love to use that Italian spice mix that we have. We need a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, as well as a little bit of salt, obviously. About a teaspoon should do. There we go. And in the end, you need about a quarter cup of olive oil, and then you give that a good mix. Right, all the prep work for today is done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lift out the meat. We're just going to place those onions on the bottom so it can nicely rest on it. And obviously they will release lovely flavors as well when it actually goes on the smoker. But for now, that should do it. And we're going to place the meat right on top, and then we're going to take our little marinade, and just spread it all around. Now, because it's actually a bigger cut than what I anticipated before, I decided to opt for a little bit more olive oil and other ingredients, but I'm obviously going to put everything that you need on the bottom and make sure everything is nicely coated and nicely covered. Now, the key to this whole dish is you want this to properly marinate. So I suggest you do it for at least 2 hours. Now, if you can do it overnight in the fridge, all the better, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's quickly flip it around, get both sides coated, and then it goes in the fridge overnight. And then I'll see you tomorrow for step 2. Just a couple of seconds for you. For me, exactly 18 hours later, the leg of lamb is ready to go on the Kamado. We will be smoking at about 110 to 120 degrees for the first 3 hours with some cherry wood. And then afterwards, we're going to wrap it and continue to cook it until we have an internal temperature of about 92 to 93 degrees Celsius. Right, the first 3 hours are up and the barbecue is sitting lovely at 120 degrees, and look how that leg of lamb is already looking. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some of that veggie broth to it to make sure it's nice and moist in there, and now we're going to braise it. So for that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same aluminum foil that I used to wrap it overnight. Just put that in there, make sure it's nice and tight so that all that lovely steam stays inside, and then it's going to go back on the barbecue until we reach an internal temperature of 92 to 95 degrees, as I had said before. And we're going to use obviously a thermometer to probe once in a while to make sure we're on the right path. Right, the meat has about 10 more degrees to go, so let's start taking care of our sandwich. And what I've done is I've actually made some basically confit garlic. So all I used was some olive oil, just put the garlic cloves in it and yeah, boiled them a little bit until they're nice and soft. So we're going to take that out now. And the nice thing is, obviously, that olive oil is infused with garlic now as well. So you have basically garlic olive oil. So that is absolutely phenomenal taste-wise. So please don't throw it away. Use it for something else, you know. You basically have already 2 textures or flavors there with you. Now, what I like to do is, so we take the bread, cut it open, just like that. Nah, fighting me there a little bit. And then what you want to do is you want to take your garlic and basically just, you know, throw a couple of cloves on there, maybe with a little bit of olive oil left. And then you can basically spread them around as if it's like a paste. And then we're going to wait until our meat is finally done and we're going to build our sandwich. Exactly 10 hours later, we've reached 90 degrees Celsius, so let's take this off, and it is still bubbling away. And look how gorgeous that looks, and look how much juice has rendered out. So we're going to take out our meat thermometer, and look how easily that came off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our leg of lamb, set it to the side without hopefully breaking it in half. And we're going to take care of our sauce. And the way we're going to take care of our sauce is we're going to strain it and then we're going to reduce it down. The sauce has reduced down considerably, so we're going to add some salt, as well as the starch. And now we're going to reduce that down to a lovely sauce. About half an hour later, the sauce has thickened sufficiently, so let's start pulling. And guys, let me tell you, the smell of it is absolutely delicious. And look how easily that bone separates. I mean, this is just nuts, you know, just look at it. I just had to quickly change the battery off the camera, but I mean, look how cleanly that came off. So we're gonna set that to the side and let's start pulling. And obviously, well, you don't want to have the remains of the onion in there, so I'm gonna separate it really quickly. And then we're just going to pull that apart. But the smoke ring is truly remarkable, and I can't wait to actually build our sandwich. All pulled now. Now let's add the sauce. And trust me guys, I mean, my wife already had a taste of it, but that lamb is just absolutely ridiculously good. So we're gonna mix it up and I'm gonna show you how to build our little sandwich. Alright guys, here we go. Leo is part of the movie now, or the video. Now this is obviously the baguette that I infused with the garlic as well as the olive oil that it was cooked in. Now we're going to take some of that lovely rucola salad. Just gonna put that on there. And then we're gonna dress this with our pulled lamb. And doesn't that look absolutely amazing? And the smell, guys. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. The smoke ring is right there, so the cherry wood did its trick. And now we're gonna top this off. And there we go, guys. This is our pulled leg of lamb. And you know what, to be honest with you, I don't know if pulled pork is better than lamb, but we're gonna find out. And now we're gonna dig in. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video about our pulled leg of lamb, which we made into this sandwich. It was actually my wife's idea, so kudos to her. So I'm very, very grateful. Leo, come. You want to be in the video? Alright, come. There we go. I think he enjoyed it as well. Now, just to let you know how easy that dish was. I put it in the barbecue. I smoked it for 3 hours. Then afterwards I had a couples massage because it was our anniversary today and it still came out great. So yeah, if you want to give it a shot, by all means go right ahead. And to be honest with you, I don't know if pulled pork is that much better than pulled lamb. Maybe pulled lamb is actually better than pulled pork. Anyways, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. Please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.